following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Let's go to our man Dave in Claremont. Hey, Dave, Happy New Year. What's happening, man?
Happy New Year to you, my brother. How are you, sir?
I'm doing great, man. How you been?
I am doing well, man. I'm doing well. Can I throw a quote out at you?
Sure.
In the market, somebody knows something. Someone always knows something. That statement was made by a great trader by the name of Tom O'Brien about 6-7 years ago.
Oh, yeah?
And it kind of hit me like a brick. But you're right. Somebody always knows something.
Hey, Carlos, what's going on, brother?
I'm calling you back, Tom. This morning I had the pleasure to talk to you and your son, and I don't want to miss the opportunity to talk to you again.
Well, I think you made some money on this bond.
Oh, yes, Tom. Your newsletter helped me.
That's a beautiful thing. We appreciate you growling, prowling with us out here.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. It's a TGIF, folks. Let's make it a great one. Markets are all-time highs. Let's go take a look at it out here. Dow Industrials up 17, NASDAQ up 49, S&P's up 8. Gold contract down $8.10, trading at $12.70 an ounce. Silver down 30 cents, $16.83 an ounce. Copper down 3 pennies at $3.11 a pound. Light sweet crude up $1.19, $55.72 a barrel. Notes, 10-year note up 1 tick, 125.06. 30-year bond up 8. 153.23. King dollar's up 262 ticks, trading at 94.850. The ABC structure up there is 95.940, so you get about another 1,000 ticks or a penny. Euro's at 116 to the U.S. dollar. The yen is out here at 114 to the U.S. dollar. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. What's the call, folks? Want to know what's going on in your world? In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? You're hanging at highs up here. The SPY's trading at 258.42. I believe the closing high is 258.47. 258.49. 258.49. Bottom line, light volume, you're going into 54 million, you're down 32. Guess what? It's going to hang up there for the rest of the day. Dow Industrials, what do you have with the Dow? Dow Industrials are at highs. You're up 18 bucks. You're at 23,534. If we do take a look at how the volume's going to come in here inside the Dow, this is going to be pretty anemic out here today. So thus far, we've done 495 million. That's going to say 750. Now, what's intriguing there is that we've been doing Monday we did 870, Tuesday we did 959, Wednesday 873, yesterday 911. So that's going to be something you want to keep your eye on coming into the close out here. NDX 100, what do you get with the NDX 100? The 3 Qs? 3 Qs out here trading at a price point of 153.28. That's taking out the swing point from Wednesday. It does have lighter volume. We have 17 million versus 29, which is pretty intense, actually. Inside the NDX 100, the strength out here, big strength. You got the MELI, which is the South American internet company. That's up 15% or $35. Qualcomm, bottom line, the middle of the day out here today, you had Broadcom is thinking of taking the Qualcomm over. That is up 12.25%, or $6.70. You get Dentist Supply up 6.5%, or $3.86, and then you have Broadcom up 5.75%, or $13.91. So the market, bottom line is that the market's digging that rumor. That's how that shakes out. So those are the positive inside the NDX 100. Negative, they're the media stocks, folks. You get Discovery Communications down 5% or 83 cents. You get Liberty off 3.5%, $1.13. Some of the higher volume stocks in this market out here today. Well, let's go to Apple next. So Apple came out with numbers last night. The numbers were good. Apple is trading at the price point of $172.84. Market cap out here at this price is $887 billion. So bottom line, it's going for that $1 trillion mark. It got close to the $900 billion out here today when it was a couple points higher. Some of the other higher volume stocks out here, you get Advanced Micro up 24 cents. Intel's down $1.12. That's probably has to do with the Broadcom Qualcomm deal. You get NX Semiconductor, that's down 366. Let's see what's going on there. So NXPI, that came down with volume. So let me look at this. Yeah, so NXPI, this came down intraday. Yeah, so this went the opposite way when the news was out there that you had the aspect of Broadcom taking over Qualcomm. So this went from a price point of 118 down to 111. It has juice on the way down. Let's go over to Broadcom first. We go look at AVGO. That's the symbol for Broadcom. Broadcom took off and went from a, oh, this is interesting too. So first, Broadcom went from 264 to 257, then took off and went all the way back up to 278. Qualcomm, QCOM, Qualcomm went from a price point, that went from a price point of $54 to $64. Now, I want to see, I remember Qualcomm, this is almost, I want to take a look at inside as to the biggest owners of Qualcomm, because I remember the aspect that, so the biggest owner of Qualcomm right now is BlackRock, so that's going to be in the ETF structures. Vanguard's going to be in the ETF structures. Fidelity, they own 5%, that's of the funds. And Wellington Management, oh man, they came in at the same time. So check this out. This is pretty cool. Wellington Management came in June, the last quarter in June. Fidelity bought another 10% in June. What I was looking for there is that the let me see something for the family ownership, because this was kind of a slight Qualcomm. Yeah, the Jacobs. I'm just curious how much the Jacobs actually still own, because I believe that was Paul Jacobs right now is the chairman. I think it was his father that started Qualcomm. And for years they had a, so they own, they don't own a lot anymore. They own 1 million shares, which is not even 1% of the company. Gold contract. What do we have with the gold contract out here? Gold contract traded down to a price point. Stay right there, folks. Coming right back.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. If you'd like to be the bank and get the type of interest they receive instead of the low interest rates they give to clients, then I have an investment you may want to take a look at. I'm offering 4-year secured first mortgages on buildable city lots in St. Petersburg, Florida. The investment can be anywhere from $30,000 to $75,000 per buildable city lot. The interest paid is 7% per year, paid monthly. Depending on the investment, the income per month per lot ranged from $175 for a $30,000 investment to $437.50 for a $75,000 investment. If you are in the CD market, you want to look at this investment. St. Petersburg is located in Pinellas County, which is the densest county in Florida. If you're looking for an investment with your principal intact that pays a good interest rate, this may be for you. The supply is limited, so act now. For more information on these secured first mortgage opportunities, you can call me at 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. Until recently, it was almost impossible for the average investor to hedge against currency risk in Europe or Japan. For a bold trade on Europe or Japan that protects against moves in currency, trade HEGE or HEGJ, 2 times currency hedged leveraged ETFs from Direction Investments. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Tom takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. So Dow Industrials right now are up 9. You get the Nasdaq up 44. S&Ps are up 7.5. Let's go over to the small caps. So small caps out here, folks. The IWM bottom line with just trading sideways. The high in the IWM goes back to the 5th of October. That's 150. We're at 148 right now. If we actually take a look at the actual indice, what you're looking at is in the indice right now is that we're at 1495. That high is going back to October 5th also of 1514. We go into the Berkshire Hathaway. So what is unusual is that most of the time, folks, you don't get earnings on a Friday, even though we're right in the middle of it. We are going to get Berkshire Hathaway's earnings, not after the close here. This will be this evening that they'll come out. What's going to be intriguing looking at Berkshire Hathaway is what type of hit that they actually took inside their reinsurance business. Reason being, of course, is that between the 3 large hurricanes that came across, one flooded quite a bit, the other 2 had quite a bit of wind. It's going to be intriguing watching. The reason being is that Berkshire's at all-time highs, $187.27. And it does, when this thing went south in September, went from 181 down to 172 in about a heartbeat. So we won't find that out until Monday morning, actually, because they'll come out late this evening with their numbers. Let's go take a look at first the commodity market, then inside the silver market. Cattle, it's pretty amazing. Cattle's up another 2.3% at $129 a pound. Light sweet crude. Actually, let's go to light sweet crude first. So light sweet crude's up $1.14. We are trading. We get 578,000 contracts traded, and if we go over and we take a look at this on a continuous contract, this is going to get interesting because I believe this is trying to break out of where we've been trading. Yeah, it does. So check this out. So we've been in this consolidation in the crude market going back to October of 2015. This is going to be interesting because your next swing point up here is $62. And right now, it's breaking out of this area that we had traded the highs from December 2016 till March of 2017. You're breaking out of that area. So bottom line is that there's not going to be much resistance going up to that 62 area. Now let's go to the XLE and see what that's saying. The XLE out here, okay, so the XLE is still having a hard time getting over its highs. But that oil contract wants higher price. So bottom line, let's go into the gasoline. Well, here, we'll go to silver first. Silver's down 1.7% out here today. You're trading at a price point of $16.89. Okay, come on, baby. SIZ7. So silver has also had some nice volume all week. Okay, this is still all right. This is going to be, man, this is going to be a volatile market next week in the metals market. So silver took off topside on Wednesday. Went from a price point of $16.67 up to $17.21. You did 122,000 contracts on the way up. We just pulled back here, and we're pulling back with 103,000 contracts. What this does set up is that this does set up that your lows of October 6th can get tested, which is 1634, and that also sets up with how we went topside on the 9th of August. The 9th of August, we traded from 1652 up to that 1703 area. The King Dollar, if we go over to King Dollar for a second, what you're going to see with King Dollar looks like, I expect it's going to finish up its ABC structure on the way up next week. What we did have is last Thursday, we went from a price point of 93,365 up to the 94,615. That sets up approximately a 96. It's 95,940. But it looks like we're going to get that little baby is going to get there next week. And the real question is going to be, you get up there, then what are you going to do for me? The note and bond market, pretty amazing that they just won't back off. You have 1.28 million contracts today in the 10-year. You're at 125.07. This is the next swing area here is 125.25, where we were on the 13th of October. We're right next to that. That's going to get hit. Now, that only had volume out here of 1.4 million contracts. So bottom line, that can basically take that out with volume. If we take a look at the US, we take a look at the 30-year contract right now, 245,000 contracts. So this is intriguing. This is already at its swing. This is pretty cool. So the swing on the 30 is 154.05. We hit 154. 245,000 contracts. You're trading it to 295. This is a good setup. This is a setup which is just amazing. That is still saying that we're going to have higher price, lower yield. Right now we're 2.33 in the 10-year. And, you know, the Federal Reserve, bottom line, is saying that they are going to go up on short-term rates this coming December. But guess what? The way the market is trading out here, it looks like, yes, they're going to go up in December. But guess what? After that, it doesn't look like you're going to be getting too many rate hikes in 2018. Can you imagine that, folks? We're 60 days away from 2018. November, December. That's hard to comprehend, really. That really is. The GDX. Let's go to the GDX. We take a look at the Market Vectors Gold Miners Trust. GDX out here. We broke a swing. The swing we broke was 22.30. This is good. This is good for the equities. Okay, so you broke the swing. You did it on 22 million versus 51, and it rejected lower price. So, you know, it's going to still be a little challenging out here, but that's a good setup, meaning that you got underneath the swing that was established on the 26th last week. You're going into the strength from July 26th, which is 63 million shares. The swing that it broke had 51 million, and guess what? You're only at 22.9 million. Challenging, but that's how you want to break a swing if, in fact, you think you're going to go higher. The XLF, let's go take a look at the financials out here, because the financials have been at highs. Sideways move out here today, $26.75. That's not doing too much in the context of it's got up there. It's been up there 3 weeks around the same price. Home Depot got hit yesterday with the new tax bill. Bottom line, didn't break a swing point. Home Depot wants higher price. Toll Brothers, that's one of the largest builders out here. Toll Brothers up 21 cents. Now, Toll Brothers wants to test this high volume low. In fact, we put this on a weekly. It looks to me like Toll Brothers can actually test the $39 level. You stay right there, folks. We'll be coming right back. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Dow Industrials right now up 7. Nasdaq's up 43. S&P's up 6.5. We're going to be right back.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Dow Industrials right now are up 10. You got the Nasdaq up 42. S&Ps are up 7.5. Let's go over to our man, Mr. Dave White, as we do each and every Friday at 3:30. And don't forget, folks, Dave's got an outstanding show every trading day here, 2 to 3 Eastern Standard Time. You also get 2 great newsletters. He has the Tech Insider, and he has the Path of Least Resistance. You can test drive either one of these newsletters or both of them by coming over to our website at TFNN. You go to TFNN, you go to newsletters. If you'd like to test drive the Tech Insider, you're going to go to Investments Newsletters, You can test drive it 30 days absolutely free. You want to test drive the path of least resistance, go to Trading Newsletters. Dave White, what's going on?
Well, we finally got through October, and it was the most narrowest participation in the NASDAQ 100 in, I don't know, 100 months or something. But it was a very, very narrow market. Only 5 stocks accounted for 6.1% of the 7.2% move. So basically 95% of the stocks did 1.1%. So it's... I
know. But it's higher.
It's
I'm
higher.
with it,
That's
man.
all that
It's
matters.
higher.
But you can see just, Apple today, of course, going to push it a little higher. But it's become pretty much a winner-take-all market. And we've talked about...
Well, and it's almost just like winner-take-all, even in business, right? I mean, Google's taking it all, Amazon's taking it all, Apple's taking it all.
Right.
Bottom line, yeah. Microsoft's taking it all, yeah.
Yeah, and the question is just how long is this going to go before the government steps in? You were talking about taking it all. Amazon, of course, got into the grocery market, ran everybody out, and now they're back to letting Whole Foods in. Maybe 12 cities they stopped delivery today. I don't know if you saw.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
So they come in, they spook everybody out of the market, and then come right back in with their owned Whole Foods stores again. So the question is, at what point is the government going to step in with some antitrust? It seems like Amazon, there's nothing that those guys won't touch. And it seems like they almost on a daily basis are daring the government to file some antitrust legislation. But you've got, like you said, it is this so narrow, and the winners are taking all the money, a handful of them. The question is there going to be any kind of trickle down to the rest of these stocks? And we're getting kind of close to the end of the year where there are a lot of stocks that didn't participate. I'm sitting here looking at the next couple of weeks as tax selling on some of these stocks that had huge reversals. A lot of people from August and some of these things that got beat up this week are going to be, fairly deep down. And
underneath. No, I hear you loud and clear, man. Underneath, a lot of these equities have got hurt. There's no doubt.
Right, and so you have kind of the idea where you own Apple and you want to sell it, and you've got a loser, so you just kind of pair those twos up and you don't pay any taxes, right? So the question is, how many of these people are all in Apple or the other 4 stocks that ran real hard, and how many other people are in the stocks that absolutely got pounded today? But I don't know if you saw Pandora, but it's off.
Yeah.
It's off 25% in one day. So
yeah, they're going to be out of business. Right.
Well, that kind of, I don't have a slide for it, but I'm looking at some of these things getting pounded, and there's about 3 Pandoras for every Apple. But
hey, what do you think about this the Broadcom Qualcomm deal?
Well, I was actually going to talk about something else in that same vein. Let me get to that slide.
Okay.
I was going to just talk about all the patent issues. Now, I don't think a lot of people understand that Qualcomm has more patents in cellular communications in 1 year than I think IBM has all the time. And IBM is the biggest patent manufacturer of all time.
Right, because this is all, like, I remember when this first started, right, it was kind of held by the Jacobs, right? Then over the course of the year, they sold it. Qualcomm's like a licensing deal, right?
It is. They still make their own technology.
Okay.
But every year, every time there's a new LTE or a faster standard,
yeah.
I mean, basically they build all of that stuff on the previous stuff. So that 15 years keeps going out another 15 years.
I see.
So,
okay.
Now, Qualcomm had some very good technology. It's much better than Broadcom's. and Apple decided to get in a food fight with Qualcomm, saying that we are your biggest single customer, but that's not actually true. Samsung was their single biggest customer, but Apple kind of wanted to run around throwing its weight around and got in a war of words and more with Qualcomm on how cheap they should sell them this Qualcomm chip. Then Apple even raised it to another level and started talking smack. So you've got kind of one of these Walmart things that's talking to one of its suppliers and saying, we're Walmart, you're out of business without us. Well,
how did Broadcom get so big? I mean, I'm looking at Broadcom's numbers. They did $2.5 billion in 2013, and this year they're doing $17.6 billion.
Because it's not Broadcom. That is a combination of about 50 different companies now.
Okay, they just kept
micro devices, and
cool.
A bunch of people consolidated.
I see.
And then there was consolidation on top of that. So
I see. Okay.
The reason that they have the kind of money that they're talking, although Qualcomm's the rumor is that there's going to be a bid for $70. I think that's incredibly cheap for their patent portfolio.
Yeah.
Because basically what you're getting is some patents are just ridiculous. I mean, they're just nutty and they don't spend the time of day. Some are absolute ironclad, and these things are very technical, and it's very hard to do them another way. A lot of times it's kind of easy to give away patents. For those people that have never spent their time in patent court, like me or Steve Rhodes, you go, well, what's this patent all about? And then you find out that you have to do everything in a certain order, like do number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. And
Sure.
if I just do number 2 and then number 1, it breaks the patent. Well, there is no easy way to get around these patents. Qualcomm stuff is not like that. I mean, these things tend to be, they develop the standards, and then, of course, they patent them at the same time. So no one really has a chance to get in underneath them, and no one's ever won against them either. So if Apple's going to go up against these guys long term, it's very interesting how Apple thinks they ever win. Now, Qualcomm has in the past shut off manufacturers from entering the country. The patents are that good.
Yeah,
they could,
right. No,
they could say, Apple, you're not importing any new Apple 10 phones in here. You violate our patents. And the strength of the patents are so good that I think that they could prevail.
That's intense. Yeah. Stay right there, folks. Dave and I are coming right back. We have the Dow Industrials right now up 8. NASDAQ is up 41. S&Ps are up 6.5. You have the gold contract down $8.10 at $12.70. Silver's at $16.82. Notes and bonds still higher. Notes up 3 ticks. Bonds up 13. Dave and I are coming right back, folks. Stay right there.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. If you'd like to be the bank and get the type of interest they receive instead of the low interest rates they give to clients, then I have an investment you may want to take a look at. I'm offering 4-year secured first mortgages on buildable city lots in St. Petersburg, Florida. The investment can be anywhere from $30,000 to $75,000 per buildable city lot. The interest paid is 7% per year, paid monthly. Depending on the investment, the income per month per lot ranged from $175 for a $30,000 investment to $437.50 for a $75,000 investment. If you are in the CD market, you want to look at this investment. St. Petersburg is located in Pinellas County, which is the densest county in Florida. If you're looking for an investment with your principal intact, that pays a good interest rate, this may be for you. The supply is limited, so act now. For more information on these secured first mortgage opportunities, you can call me at 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
Tom takes your phone calls. Now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. So, talking with our man, Mr. Dave White. We are talking technology as we do each and every Friday from 3:30 to 4. And of course, don't forget, Dave's got a great show every trading day right here, 2 to 3 Eastern Standard Time. Bottom line is that we'll see if Broadcom is going to swallow Qualcomm, huh?
Yeah, I think $70 seems rather cheap. To give you an idea, Qualcomm always gets, the highest speed in their technology. You buy their chips, you actually get fairly decent performance. But Broadcom's chip that Apple's using in this iPhone 10 runs at download speeds about 75% of the Qualcomm. So
I can see that, because at this price here, so check this out. That's only an 18 PE at 62. Give me a break, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
they're going to pay more than that for it, right?
They're going to have to pay a lot more, because those, like I said, that's the next 15 years of smartphone development. What's that worth?
Yeah, exactly.
So
now check this out. This is pretty cool. So you know what Broadcom's PE is? 67.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, it's very interesting to see this deal. Everybody was bad mouthing Qualcomm, and to me it seemed like you could yell at it all you want, but they still will always have patents in a part where patents really matter. A lot of times patents don't. You just fight it out in court. But this is one that they can take to the grave on this stuff. Now, the speed issue is one that I talked about earlier in the week, and that is that does Samsung start advertising, our phone's 25% faster than the Apple? So, there is some stuff in here that, the old Intel Inside ads, where you start seeing, well, maybe there is a direct reason for having Qualcomm in my phone. It's going to be faster with these new LTE advanced systems, and that's going to be it. Now, I did see a lot of discussion about Apple today, but very little of it was anything more than on the surface. I actually went through the earnings call and the transcripts. I was trying to look. We talked about the earpods.
Yes.
And
$150 pop, right?
Yeah, and it's a huge margin product for them, but they don't break that out. So we saw margins drop about 1% in the last quarter. So it didn't look like, I'm not sure if those margins helped, or if it didn't really matter if that many people are buying those earpods. To me,
they sold a lot of phones, though, right? I mean, they sold more phones than was expected, right?
They sold a lot of less expensive phones in places like India.
Okay.
So the question is, or let me put it this way. Most companies that have huge margins, like Intel, when Intel starts to vary a little lower than 65%, the stock price truly gets hit. And that's really what I was watching, is whether or not any of these things get hit. and what's Apple worth if they can actually start selling these ear pods in some kind of number. It becomes, you're selling a nice car, but now you're the dealer selling the $2,000 chrome wheels at the same time. You're probably going to make more on those chrome wheels than you do make on the car. And, that's the kind of thing where everybody's screaming now about it. But my question, there were a lot of questions I would have asked any of these analysts on the boob tube today. None of them were asked. But this is the one that I really want to know. Samsung has problems building the screens that are in the Apple X phone. We know that. They've had problems in theirs. They've had problems getting these things out. They still have problems. The question is whether or not Apple over the next 3 months can get enough screens and build enough of these phones to keep up with what everybody else has already thought and priced in. Because
So they have the orders, right? Are you saying that the real question that you have is that are they going to be able to deliver the product, right?
That is true. And we've known that these problems existed. We've read about Apple's engineering staff flying over to South Korea to take a look and see what they could do. But it's not like there's another factory or another place that they can get these things. They've got basically one supplier on this. And this is the thing that if you're ever in engineering scares the living daylights out of you, because all it takes is that a little earthquake that shuts you down for 2 weeks or the ability not to get the yield up that you need to actually get enough of the units out.
Let's go to your favorite stock. Let's go to Tesla.
Now, let's go ahead and separate between Tesla, the car and the company, and the stock price.
Yeah.
Okay, because that's my problem always is that. It's not that they don't build decent cars or that it's electric or they're high priced. It is the stock price compared to all their peers.
Right, and they didn't deliver. This is going to be pretty intense, right? Yeah.
They're not going to deliver. But I think 6 months ago, I was telling everybody that they're not going to get the green money checks and subsidies for these cars this year. But
that's heavy. That's what Dave's talking about, folks. In the tax bill, the $7,000 credit goes away. Yeah, right. Okay. Yep.
So, you're basically looking at a company that, had a fairly easy time. California, you bought a $100,000 Tesla, you got 12 grand in money back from California, and another 8 grand or 10 grand back from the United States. So, I mean, there was some huge $20,000 incentives in some places, and
Sure.
actually in the not the Baltic countries, but like in Finland and Norway, the cost was half for the car. Now all those things have gone away, so now you're starting to have to pay for what the car really costs, plus whatever margins these guys make. And I just always have thought that Tesla was massively overpriced when other people are going to be in the same business, and they're used and know how to, one, deliver cars that Tesla can't at the moment and get the production up. But two, they've got a dealer base. There's a lot. I mean, when you go up against something that's been around for 100 years as an industry, you've got to have something, and you've got to have a plan that's fairly quick to get in there before the guys can react. And to me, Tesla was kind of sluggish about getting up to speed on building these cars. And, you've got a $5 billion factory building batteries.
Oh, it's a huge cash burn, right? I mean, he's got to go out there quick and get some more bread, man. So
yeah, that ends up being the real problem. Is in technology, especially Musk has one great company, and that is SpaceX. That company knows how to make money. It's got one big customer, basically a handful of customers. It knows who those guys are. It's not hard to find them, and it offers its price that's maybe 20% of what sending a pound into orbit was 10 years ago. So when you've got something that's 20% of what the cost used to be, people are going to be making a line to your door. When you have something very expensive, and suddenly you're going to get all kinds of competition, and your product isn't really any cheaper than everybody else, you got to pay one price for one and another price for what's virtually a monopoly. But Tesla,
stay right there, folks. Dave and I come right back. Dow's up 7, Nasdaq's up 48, S&Ps are up 7. We're going to be right back.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters. Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Excuse me, folks. Welcome back, folks. Dow right now up 9, Nasdaq's up 45, S&Ps are up 6.5. We're talking about our man, Mr. Dave White. So, coming in the next couple of months, what are we going to be looking at in the tech business, Dave?
Well, I actually bought a couple of new stocks today, or I will be at the close in the Tech Insider.
Okay.
But for me, I don't see a lot of upside or downside. You're normally getting into this period where you've got a bias from about Thanksgiving into the end of the year, about 1.5% up on most things. So the indexes don't tend to move that much. I think we've had a pretty big move in October, so generally, at best, you hope for kind of a sideways Thanksgiving, right? And then you look at what's in retail. To me, the big things in technology, they're going to be talked about a lot next year, and in the coming months are SpaceX and Blue Origin. I think those are going to be the new big IPOs for next year. The laws changing in drones. Finally, we had some more regulations come out, and it's a little clearer on what you can do with these things, and especially The big change is that you can now start to fly drones outside your line of sight, so you don't have to see them anymore. So
now, is this retail and commercial? I know when we were talking before, you're saying retail you could do it, and commercial is different, right?
Right, commercial is different, but no, the ability to go fly drones over pipelines in the Arctic, right?
Okay.
That's going to change a lot because you got a guy, he's got to have a helicopter, he burns a lot of gas.
Sure.
He gets tired, he's up in the middle of nowhere if he goes down. There's a lot of places and things you can do with drones that will be pretty big business. It'll be like Boeing. I mean, I think there's going to be a lot of drones, so that's going to be a good business too.
Can't wait to get one. It's a beautiful thing. I really am. Hey, Dave, have a great one. Have a safe one, man. Really appreciate it. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. And whatever you want in life, folks, visualize it, step into it, take ownership of it, and fly with it. Have a great weekend, safe weekend. Look forward to speaking right back here Monday morning, folks.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com.